Today is that day once again where we're coming to the end of a season, spring 2022 anime season, and we're about to start the summer 2022 anime season. And with a new anime season comes new anime. So it's time for me to figure out what anime I'm watching in summer 2022. But before we do, most of you are not subscribed to the channel, so support the content if you enjoy it and join the community if you haven't already. Now, before we jump into the summer 2022 anime season, there are 3 anime that will be rolling over into summer that I'll still be watching. 2 of them only on Patreon. Those would be A Couple of Cuckoos and Aoashi. Really enjoying both of them. A Couple of Cuckoos, good take on the whole rom-com, love triangle, sort of, I guess it's a love square more than anything. I'd say love triangle. I don't think that there's a weird thing. Okay, I'm not gonna get too deep into it. I'm enjoying it, all right? And then Aoashi, soccer anime. I like that as well. We're gonna get another soccer anime coming in fall. That should be fun with Blue Lock. The third anime is, of course, Summertime Rendering, an anime that I'm watching and also doing YouTube videos for. So hopefully, if you're watching that series, you are watching the reactions as well. And I'm sure you realize it's a great series. I think most of us have realized that. In fact, I even got the first 3 volumes of the paperback, the omnibus paperbacks. Got those on my shelf. Got those in a recent unboxing. You'll see the unboxing video on YouTube at some point in time in the next 2 weeks. Now, with all that out the way, as always, we're gonna be on livechart.me. So if you wanna follow along, you're gonna go over to the summer 2022 anime season. Make sure that you're sorting by popularity English titles and you hide all the ongoings. Then you should see essentially what I see. Now, when I'm looking at this, first and foremost, we've got Overlord IV. Yes, I will be watching Overlord Season 4. I watched the first 3 seasons of Overlord at the beginning of 2020. I basically binged them, and I had a lot of fun with it, though admittedly, wasn't as big a fan of Season 1 as I was of Season 2, and then wasn't as big a fan of Season 2 as I was of Season 3. Honestly, what I like the most out of Overlord is when they give us a little bit of these not super OP characters, you know? Following Ainz is like, but like following Ainz when he's dealing with people and has to limit himself, that could be worth it. I like this. Honestly, I really like the lizards. Am I the only one that really liked that? I thought it was pretty good. Seeing how these monsters that are so strong are just nothing compared to these guys, I thought it was really great. And I'm really excited for what's to come in season 4 because the way that, you know, season 3 played out, you've got some humans thinking there's some hot shit. And they're gonna have to face reality when Ainz and all of the floor guardians just fuck shit up. So yes, I will be watching Overlord, and that's one that will be on YouTube, of course. Now, the next one here is The Devil is a Part-Timer. This is the 2nd season of a series that had its first season in 2000 and, was it 11 or 13? I always confuse them. Sometime between 2011 and 2013. Just to cover all my bases there. Hasn't had a 2nd season in quite a while. I liked the first season. I recently watched it at the beginning of this year. You can find those reactions on the YouTube channel, full links over on Patreon. Actually, in fact, you know what? We'll link to the playlist right here. If you want to check out those, you can check them out. I liked it a lot, as I mentioned. I thought it was really, really funny. It's not doing great on YouTube, so I'm a little concerned. I'm a little concerned that Devil is a Part-Timer might perform like Shield Hero performed, which, if you don't know, basically everyone's reactions for Shield Hero, not great. They didn't do very well. And it's not because, you know, our reactions were bad or anything. It's just people weren't really fucking with Shield Hero like they were with the first season. And so I'm kind of concerned that that might happen with Devil is a Part-Timer. Hopefully not. Even if we do end up stopping on YouTube, we'll of course finish it out over on Patreon. I like it. I like the series. So next up, we've got Classroom of the Elite. And I recently finished the first season of Classroom of the Elite. I liked it, though I will say most people tend to tell me that the light novel is better. And that a huge part of it is because Ayana Koji is, like, you get way more of his inner monologues, his thoughts in the light novel as opposed to the anime. We do get some glimpses, but admittedly, it doesn't seem like there's a lot. Though, looking at, like, I just pay attention to his face throughout it. He doesn't give a fuck about anybody. Like, you just look at his face. He's always like, I don't care. None of this fucking matters. Like, I don't give a shit about any of you. But that ending to Classroom of the Elite, really has got me interested in a second season. So I'm hoping that with this second season, we get a lot of that, what the light novel gave readers. We'll be able to gauge based on how people are reacting, not like reactors, but like how the average viewer that has read the light novel is reacting to the anime. If they're like, oh shit, they did this, oh, they did that. If it's really well received by the light novel readers, then that is a good sign for us. If it is poorly received by light novel readers, it could be good to us, but it won't be that greatness that so many people talk about when it comes to Classroom of the Elite. By the way, I do plan on purchasing all of the light novels for Classroom of the Elite since it is so much better as a light novel. So I do plan on doing that at some point in time. But yes, that's another series I will be checking out. You can find those reactions on YouTube as well. Oh, if you want to check out the actual reactions for Classroom of the Elite, you can click this link right up here. It'll take you to that playlist. Next up, we've got Dr. Stone. This is a special episode, one episode. Oh, it's an hour long though. Damn. Okay, got some length to it. This is the Ryusui episode. So we actually get introduced to one that some may say is best boy. He's definitely a great character. I like Ryusui a lot. In fact, as we got close to the end of, there was this one chapter towards the end of Dr. Stone, like within the last like 4 or 5 chapters, that I was like, oh shit, I thought they were hitting us with a crazy plot twist, and I thought it was a Ryusui thing. And then I turned the page and I was like, oh shit, it's a Senku thing. And then they got the next chapter and I was like, oh, it's not the thing that I thought it was. That would have been cool, but just a random thought. I don't know. I really like Dr. Stone. I know some people don't like it. It's science-y. It's not like your standard battle shonen, but it is a shonen and it is interesting. I like the whole science side of it. I'll be checking out this, of course, and whenever we get season 3, I'll be checking that as well. Next up, we've got Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? That's Danmachi season 4. And I'm excited for this. Not gonna lie, I am excited. I want to see how, the events of season 3 follow up. I think this one's supposed to be like a huge arc, by the way. It's like a 2-core arc. I think it's supposed to be like 22 episodes or something like that. And it's going to be in the dungeon. Basically the whole time in the dungeon. I'm really excited for that. I think that's gonna be pretty damn cool. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, the events in this really go to strengthen up basically everyone in our group. I think that they will. The poster doesn't show eyes at all. So is she even gonna have a role in here? I don't know. But after the events of season 3 and the fact that we've got Xenos, is that the name? I feel like that's the name. We've got this group that is not accepted by everyone and is basically just the Hestia family that helped them. Also, it kind of gave me a different perspective on characters. You know what? You can check out my reactions to Danmachi if you click this link right up in the corner. Now, you're going to notice not all the videos are there, but they'll be showing up weekly, so you can expect those. And they'll all be up before the new season comes out. Next up, we've got Rent-A-Girlfriend Season 2. And as everybody knows, fuck mommy. We don't like her. Nobody does. If you do, you're down bad. You really, truly are. I'm sure we all know about Rent-A-Girlfriend, but let's go for it. A hopeless college student, Kazuya. Dude, Kazuya is so tough to deal with in season 1, and I'm hoping that through the course of season 2, he improves more because he didn't improve as much as I'd hoped in the first season. Meets a graceful rental girlfriend, Chizuru, and ends up introducing her as his girlfriend to his friends and family. Time goes on and Kazuya, unable to tell the truth as he's surrounded by devilish ex-girlfriend Mommy, fuck mommy, who keeps coming back to tempt him for some reason. Yeah, right? Very weird. Hyper-aggressive provisional girlfriend Ruka, who honestly, we kind of like her, who doesn't know how to take no for an answer, and super shy but diligent and hardworking younger rental girlfriend Sumi, who I feel like we don't have enough from her, but I mean, she's kind of adorable. So, I mean, we know how all of these things play out. This is a rom-com. It's obvious that it's gonna always end up with the girl, the main girl. And so he's gonna end up with Chizuru, but it's the journey to get there. That's what we're here for. So I'm excited for this. Let's see, the pub, the beach, hot springs, Christmas, and New Year's. Having gone through these challenging events as every male protagonist in a rom-com does, Kazuya's feelings for Chizuru keep growing stronger, but she reveals the shocking truth that threatens to shake their relationship to the very core. Now I'm intrigued. I don't even remember how the first season ended. Not gonna lie, I might watch like a recap or rewatch it. We'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna be watching this one too. This is the big rom-com of the season, why would I not be down for it? Next up, we've got My Isekai Life. Now, this one, we'll read through the synopsis. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to be like, if anything, I'll watch it on Patreon. But as far as watching it for like YouTube, I think we're going to give it a little time, see if people are like really like, oh, I need this. And then maybe we'll do it. Or maybe, you know what? Maybe we'll do a poll and then you guys can choose 2 out of 5 that we end up going with. Because I think there's 5 that I'm interested in, but unsure of, because I just don't know if, you know, it's too many returning seasons, man. Let's check out the synopsis here, though. Getting isekai to a magical world and developing incredible powers is every otaku's wildest dream. But for salaryman Yuji Sano, it's the stuff of absolute nightmare. He's in the middle of a mountain of work when he gets unwillingly pulled into a fantasy realm where he accomplishes the enviable, just added a T in there somewhere, the enviable feat of developing a second character class by making the most of his monster tamer abilities. Now he's traded the office for adventuring to make a living, but he keeps getting roped into major events because his powers are unmatched, second to none, and he doesn't even realize it yet. Of course, power leveling fantasy isekai. I feel like you gotta have one of these. Every season, you gotta have one of these. Now, I've never heard of Revolroot. Never heard of the studio. I don't know anything that they've done. So I don't know if this is gonna be well animated or, you know, pretty mediocre. Yeah, again, this is probably something I'll check out for Patreon, and then whether it gets onto YouTube or not will be up to you all. Next up, we've got Maid in Abyss. I'm ready to cry. There's a lot of questions I have about the world of Maid in Abyss, a lot of things that I'm concerned about. Obviously, we saw what happened to Reg, we know what happened to Rico, and then I think that this one's gonna deal with a whole nother group, this other character that they run into. I did watch the trailers for it. If you wanna check out my trailer reaction, I will be doing a all trailers reaction for summer 2022, and just keep an eye out. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. You can check out that video, or just go to the channel, find the trailer. Whatever works for you. I'm super excited for it. I don't want to, even if there was a synopsis here, I would not be trying to read it. I do not want to see it. I loved the first season. It just got more and more interesting as we kept going, finding out more about the Abyss and little details that just sparked more questions. And now we're going into the 5th layer or 6th layer, where all the hollows are. So I'm really interested in seeing what goes on down there. And then I'm scared. I'm so fucking scared for Rico. Dude. I'm so scared. If there's any ascension that goes down, dude, she's gonna be so fucked. I'm so scared, dude. But I'm one thing I'm really glad to see Kinema Citrus doing it again, which means that, you know, staying with the same team more or less to continue the series. That's something we love to see in anime. If you want to check out my reactions for Maid in Abyss, you can click this link right up here. It'll take you to that playlist. Next up, we've got Harem in the Labyrinth of Another World. Now, this is the only news I've heard of when it comes to this series. It's gonna have 3 different versions. It's gonna have the safe for work version, it's gonna have the less safe for work version, and then that Blu-ray version, the definitely NSFW version. And I mean, I feel like if you're looking at this poster, you can kind of tell why that might be the case and how it will be an SFW version. I don't know if it's gonna be a lot of like type of stuff. I think it's more just nakedness. It's harem in the Labyrinth of Another World, so I don't know. Let's read it. I mean, you listen, dude. Harem, ecchi, like come on. You know, I'll probably watch it. Struggling with life and society, high school student Michio Kaga wanders about the internet and lands on an odd website. The website, featuring a number of questions and a point-based system, allows one to create skills and abilities for a character. Upon completing his character, Kaga was transported to a game-like fantasy world and reborn as a strong man who can claim idol-level girls. Thus begins the cheat and harem legend of a reborn man. I like to think that that's the world my dad went to. Also, if I have to go onto the dark web for this to happen, I will start doing that. Send me to an isekai world. Can I reset though? Can I be a little younger, survive a little bit longer? I don't know. Death is a scary thing. Randomly getting off topic. I'll probably check it out for Patreon. I don't know if we're gonna actually get through the full season on Patreon, because I imagine it will be kind of weird, but maybe it won't be that weird. I don't know. We'll see. And next up, we've got probably the biggest series premiere for this season, and that is Call of the Night. Now, this one's from Leiden Films, which should be pretty solid. I mean, Leiden Films isn't great, but they're not bad by any means. So I'm interested in seeing this. I saw the trailer. I like the trailer. I'm really intrigued. It's got vampires, romance. Our boy wants to, you know what, let's just read this. Racked by insomnia and wanderlust, Ko Yamori is driven onto the moonlit streets every night in an aimless search for something he can't seem to name. His nightly ritual is marked by purposeless introspection until he meets Nazuna, who might just be a vampire. Ko's new companion could offer him dark gifts and a vampire's immortality, but there are conditions that must be met before Ko can sink his teeth into vampirism. Vampirism. I think I said it right the first time. And he'll have to discover just how far he's willing to go to satisfy his desires before he can heed the call of the night. It's interesting. We're gonna have vampires. We're gonna have this guy kind of trying to become a vampire. It doesn't say comedy, okay? It says romance, shonen, supernatural vampire, which means it's not a rom-com, which means it's gonna be romance, more drama. I don't know. I'm like, what sort of trials is he gonna have to go through? Is he gonna have to kill people? Is he gonna have to have that ability to take the life of someone in order to suck their shit up? You know, I don't know, but I'm intrigued. Should be pretty fun. So yes, this is a series I will definitely be watching. Yes, you can expect reactions on YouTube, as well as Patreon, of course. And next up, we've got Vermeil in Gold. A magician pushes through the magical world with the strongest disaster. All I know about this one is this is the one with the Tiggle. Meet Alto, a hapless student at Royal Artesia Magic Academy whose academic performance leaves much to be desired. Rather than take a more sensible approach to salvaging his grades in time for graduation, Alto decides to summon a bit of otherworldly assistance. Only after does he learn he's bound the legendary she-devil Vermeil into service as his familiar. Oh, okay. But while Vermeil is it Vermeil? Might be Vermeil. Might be Vermeil. Is a powerful ally sure to turn his grades around. Her magic can only be replenished with a kiss. That makes everything go to hell with Alto's jealous childhood friend Lilia. That sounds kind of cute, actually. Fuck, dude, that sounds kind of cute. Oh, why do you do this to me? Oh, all right, man. You can throw this in the pile of like, are we gonna do reactions for YouTube or not? We're probably gonna do reactions for Patreon. Whether they end up on YouTube is, again, something that'll probably be decided by a poll. But it sounds cute. What can I say? Next up, we've got My Stepmom's Daughter is My Ex, aka Stepbro, the anime. Yeah, this one's probably also gonna be in that group, by the way. High school. Is there any better place to start fresh after a horrible middle school relationship? Nope, not unless your ex ends up at the same school as you and is now your step sibling. Step bro? What was supposed to be a sanctuary of peace where I could avoid ever seeing her again has become a living nightmare. Everywhere I look, I see her. In my house, in my school, in my class. There's no escape. She even claims that she's the older sibling, like hell she is, but I won't lose to her. After all, I'm the older brother in this new family situation. Oh, that's so weird. That's right, we're family now. No matter how much we may have thought we loved each other, we saw one another's true colors and realized we weren't meant for each other. That's why, even though we may keep up a buddy sibling act for the sake of our parents, things will never go back to the way they used to be. That's a fucking lie, dude. That is a lie, 100%, dude. We all know what's gonna happen, okay? You're wrong. You're wrong. And as usual, with the rom-com series comes two other girls that probably like him. That's just how it usually works out. This will be a series that I'll probably do for Patreon, and whether it ends up on YouTube or not will be decided by you all. Next up, we've got When Will Ayumu Make His Move? Now, I think I read the synopsis for this because I saw that it was higher up on the My Anime List stuff, and I'm intrigued by it. So let me just read the synopsis real quick for you all. When Tanaka falls in love with the only other member of the school's shogi chess club, Urushi Yaotome, he vows to confess his love for her as soon as he can beat her in a match. But this proves difficult. Urushi is nevertheless thrown off by Ayumu's aggressive style as the two begin a cat and mouse game in both shogi and life in this heart-tickling romantic comedy. Low-key kind of interested. I'm low-key kind of interested in it, man. It sounded adorable the way that, like, I read a different synopsis from this, but it sounded adorable. It's Silver Link, so it's not like it's going to be horribly animated. Rom-com, you guys know I love rom-coms. I'm going to watch this for sure. It'll be on Patreon for sure. Now, whether it ends up on YouTube or not will probably be up to you all. By the way, for all of the stuff that I'm saying is going to end up in a poll, let me know down in the comments if you think this is going to be one of those series that I've got to check out or not. Next up, we've got Black Summoner. Now, action fantasy. I don't know if this is isekai or not. It doesn't say isekai, so I guess it's just fantasy. Waking up in a strange new place with no memory of his past life, Kelvin learns that he's bartered away those very memories in exchange for powerful new abilities during his recent transmigration? What does that mean? Heading out into the whole new world as a summoner, with his first follower being the very goddess who brought him over, Kana Konosuba. Kelvin begins his new life as an adventurer, and it isn't long before he discovers his hidden disposition is a battle junkie. From the Black Knight of the ancient castle of evil spirits to the demon within the hidden cave of the sage, he revels in the fight against one formidable foe after another. Join this OP adventurer in an exhilarating and epic saga as he and his allies carve their way into the annals of history. Yeah, that's another one I just don't know. I mean, it sounds kind of interesting, but at the same time, I look at it and I'm like, it's not really that interesting, if I was going to be honest. But if you really want to vouch for it, let me know down in the comments. Next up, we've got Isekai Yokkyoku. This is a pharmaceutical sort of one. A young pharmacologist and researcher in Japan died from overworking and was reincarnated in a medieval parallel Europe. He was reincarnated as a 10-year-old apprentice to a famous royal court pharmacist, had attained an inhuman, of course, he's a pharmacist that gets reincarnated as, okay. Had attained an inhuman skills of ability to see through disease, material creation, and material destruction in a society in which dubious medical practice are rampant, price gouging through the monopoly of the pharmacist guild, and good medicine aren't available to the commoners. He was recognized by the emperor at the time and opened a pharmacy at the corner of the town. He will wipe out the fraud that has swept the world and delivered to the commoners a truly effective medicine that was developed using present-day pharmacology. Thus, the boy pharmacist will cheat by using his previous knowledge to create innovative medicines while helping the people of the parallel world. Story about living his new life to the fullest this time. I mean, if I had a penny for every time there was an isekai like this, I would have 5 pennies because I can think of 4 other series. Now, you might say, hey, it's not a lot. That's only 5 pennies. That's a nickel. That's not going to get you anything. But I would say, what's different? You know, I'm sure there's going to be some things that are different, but how different will it really be? I don't know, man. I just don't know. I don't think that even if everyone in the comments was like, oh, this is going to be the GOAT, you gotta see it, I still don't think I would watch it just because it's been done before, man. I don't know. Maybe this is the OG. This is like the first, like how people say that many of the tropes in isekai come from Mushoku Tensei. Maybe it's that same sort of thing, but more than likely it's not. Next up is Engage Kiss. I don't know anything about it. Comedy, romance, supernatural. I don't think I'm going to be watching it because, first of all, no synopsis there. It's an original. I don't know if it's going to be that great. I don't think I care too much about it. There are other things that could take that place instead. Next up, we've got Uncle from Another World. Now, this is a series I low-key am kind of interested in. Autumn 2017, hit by a truck when he was 17 years old, Takafumi's uncle suddenly awakens from a coma that lasted 17 years. So now he's 34, in case you couldn't do basic math, or in case you couldn't do math as fast as I could. Takafumi's uncle suddenly awakens from a coma that lasted 17 years. When Takafumi visits him in the hospital, he sees his uncle muttering nonsense, declaring that he has returned from another world named Gran Bahamal. Clearly, his uncle has lost his marbles. Takafumi is lost for words, but his uncle proves his claims of being in another dimension by using some magic. Oh shit, he can use magic in this world. That's kind of interesting. I don't think I watched the trailers for this one, so that's kind of interesting. Deciding to use his uncle's powers to earn a living and with no other relatives to call upon, Takafumi takes him in and they begin to share an apartment together. While living with his uncle, Takafumi learns of his fantastical adventures and his boundless love for Sega video games, but at times his uncle's lonely and cruel experiences fill Takafumi with both joy and sadness. That kind of depressing. 2 men of different generations work hard to be video content creators in this new and exciting otherworldly comedy set in the corner of an apartment complex. Loki sounds kind of interesting. comedy, fantasy. I am hesitant because I see the studio and I don't know who the fuck that is, but I'm intrigued because it sounds kind of interesting. This guy gets isekai'd, finally wakes up from a coma, still has some of his isekai powers, and has all of these adventures from his time in that other world. Sounds kind of intriguing. So I'm definitely going to be interested. I want to see what this thing's about. We'll be doing the Patreon reactions for sure. Whether they will end up on YouTube is another story. It will probably be up to you guys. That'll be included in the poll as well. Next up, we've got Shadow's House. Now, I watched the first season of Shadow's House. If you want to check out my reactions to that, you can click this link right up here. It'll take you to that playlist. I liked the first season of Shadow's House, but I also noticed that the manga readers weren't a fan of how it ended. They changed some things. They removed a character that I guess was beloved. What are they going to do going forward? It sounded like it went anime only, or at least like kind of anime only. And we know that Cloverworks has done this with a series that I loved in the past, Promised Neverland. Is that what they're doing with this? Are they just going to fuck this series up with a second season? I don't know. So more than likely what's going to happen is I'm going to watch this on Patreon. And if people are really interested, I might double up for YouTube, see how far that goes before everyone just wants to stop watching it. Next up, we've got the maid I hired recently is mysterious. Interesting. There's something really strange about the maid I just hired. No normal person could be so beautiful or cook such amazingly delicious food or know exactly what I want before I even ask. She must be using magic, right? A spell is the only thing that can explain why my chest feels so tight whenever I look at her. I swear, I'm going to get to the bottom of what makes this maid so mysterious. Oh, it's about a boy and a maid? I feel like this could be cute. I don't know. It's not romance. It's comedy, shonen slice of life. I don't think this is going to be something for me. I don't think that that's really my vibe. I think that when it comes to cute shit, I want it to have romance. That's like, I like cute romance. I don't just like cute. You know what I'm saying? That's just me personally. Now, I'm sure some of you might like this series or might be interested in this series. You can let me know down in the comments if I'm really making a mistake by choosing not to watch it, but just let me know. Is that the case? Next up, we've got Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer. Okay, sure. Everything about college student Amamiya Yuhi is average. Grades, looks, and his blasé outlook on life. So what happens when he awakens one day to a talking lizard who informs him that there's a gigantic hammer in outer space poised to split the earth into pieces and requests his allegiance in the fight against the forces of evil? Pretend it never happened. I don't know, I'd push on that one. I would like to find out more. There's a talking lizard. That's enough for me, honestly. Though it could just be a dream. I don't know. But that would be a pretty dope dream, though. Not gonna lie. So like, I'd probably pursue on that one. Unfortunately for Yuhi, a little bit of coercion in the form of a superpowered princess prevents him from returning to his mediocre life as usual. Ooh. Superpowered princess. In the adventure of his lifetime, Yuhi will join forces with the unpredictable princess and seek out a motley crew of companions to fight back against an evil mage and his horrifyingly powerful homunculus before the Biscuit Hammer destroys the planet. Biscuit Hammer. So the Biscuit Hammer is like a weapon that's coming to the planet. Okay, gotcha, cool. I don't know, man. That's something y'all gotta let me know about down in the comments. I don't think I'm watching it, but I will tell you this, okay? If the first 2 episodes air and then this shit's getting a lot of hype, then I'll probably record a reaction to the first 2 episodes for Patreon. And then if the 3rd and 4th episode also get hype, I'll probably release 1 and 2 to YouTube. That's probably the way that I'll go about a series like this. Some of these series, in fact. But right now, I don't know if I'm gonna be watching it. Next up, we've got Utawarerumono, Mask of Truth. I gotta like say it like that. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce these things. It's based on a visual novel. 28 episodes. Damn, this is long. This is long. Sheesh. White Fox. I'll read through the synopsis, but I'm gonna be real with you. I think that this is one that people are gonna have to tell me yes or no on. The last chapter in the, this is a continuation. Okay, yeah, I'm not watching that. Next up, we've got RWBY Ice Queendom. Now, this is, to the best of my knowledge, I'm pretty sure this is a RWBY reboot as an anime. So this is RWBY, the series that, you know, most people are aware of, but as an anime. I'm interested for sure. I never watched RWBY because I'm not a fan of that animation style. That's basically the only reason. But I would love to see how this one plays out, this RWBY series. You know, because it's going to be animated not that way, or maybe it is going to be. I haven't seen a trailer for this, so it could be animated the same way, and then there's like no real point for me. I'm interested. Okay, I'll say that much. I've always wanted to watch RWBY, but again, Didn't like the animation. I'm interested for sure. So I think that this is a series I will be watching. And if there's a lot of support for this, which I feel like there will be since there is an established RWBY fan base, I just don't know if that RWBY fan base will transition to the anime or not. If they do, then I think there will be a lot of support for this, and I'll definitely be doing reactions for you too. Orient Part 2, not going to be watching it. I didn't watch the first part. I watched the first episode of the first part, wasn't a fan. The Yakuza's Guide to Babysitting. Okay. Who's your nanny? Kirishima Toru is the right-hand man of the Sakuragi crime family. For him, the job is a perfect excuse to let his violent instincts run wild, earning him the nickname the Demon of Sakuragi. It seems like nothing will stand in the way of his vicious nature, but then one day he receives an assignment like never before from the boss, babysitting his daughter. Oh, this is a heartwarming, or is it blood-curdling, story of a little girl and her Yakuza caretaker. Sounds kind of cute. Now, once we've reached this stage, I don't think, I'm going to keep it a buck with you all. I don't think that there is anything below this that I am interested in at all. Honorable mentions, I've never watched Prince of Tennis, so take that with a grain of salt. Not something I'm going to end up checking out because, again, never watched it. Don't know if it's really worth it. Shoot, Goal to the Future. This is a series I have. Wait, it's an original. Wait, I thought I've heard of this or not. Okay, maybe I'm tripping. I thought this is an older series, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was something else I was thinking of. I don't know. Got a lot of soccer anime out there, so I don't know. And then just looking at everything else here, I don't really care about them. No, oh, this one is going to be under the radar for many, but it's a science saru anime. YUREI DECO. Tom Sawyer Island is a city with strictly controlled information. The residents of this island use a visual information device called DECO, Decoration Customizer, to go back and forth between the super reproduction space and virtual space. There is a numerical social credit system along with the residents measured in units called love. The amount of love one gets determines a resident's social standing. Well, it kind of just sounds like social media. And this system is the reason for their peaceful society. Collecting a lot of love allows the residents to expand their deco capabilities, so residents scramble daily to collect as much as they can. On Tom Sawyer Island, rumors spread of a phantom zero, rumored to be causing a zero phenomenon in which love is lost. Oh no. One day, just reading this kind of gives me like the Lego movie vibes. Is that weird? It's kind of weird. One day, a girl named Barry gets caught up investigating the mysterious zero phenomenon of lost love and ends up becoming an invisible being named YUREI. Okay. Barry then meets another YUREI and a genius hacker named Hack, of course, classic, and joins the Ghost Detective Club. As Barry works to solve the case of the Ghost Detective Club, she becomes closer to uncovering the truths hidden on Tom Sawyer Island. Interesting. Sounds kind of cute. Not gonna lie. But that was the last one. I look at everything else and I'm like, I don't really care. But that's just the stuff airing. Now, this does not include movies and OVAs, so I just want to briefly go over the movies and OVAs. Now, in terms of movies, we got the Sword Art movie, not going to be watching it, haven't seen all of those. We've got the Isekai Quartet movie, which is already out. Now, I haven't watched all of Isekai Quartet. I watched the first 2 episodes of it, probably going to be watching a lot more soon. I liked what I have watched so far. I don't know who else is going to be introduced in it though, you know? I know we've got like our main peoples, your main 4, Konosuba, Overlord, Tanya, and ReZero. But also I know that there's like guest appearances from like Cautious Hero and I think one other. I don't know. Next up is the One Piece thing. We're going to go over that and not look at it anymore because I want to avoid being spoiled about One Piece. Never seen it. That's not true. I've watched the first 75 episodes of it and I'm aware of some spoilers, but I don't know if they're major spoilers. I don't think they're major ones. I don't know about any major spoilers. Like if anybody dies, I don't know about anybody dying, but I do know some spoilers because it's been around for like 20 years. Kind of hard to avoid. Moving on. Eventually we'll do One Piece reactions. Just got to get to a point where that's capable. Like it's so long, I have to dedicate a huge chunk of time to that if I'm going to ever catch up to it. And I don't want to start doing reactions to it and then have the One Piece community, where's the next One Piece video, on like literally all of our videos. And then all of our videos are just, where's One Piece? That's going to be so fucking annoying. So, got to get a backlog before we ever do that. But hopefully one day soon, maybe by the end of the year, maybe by the end of next year. I don't know. I don't even know if this anime is ever going to end. So, okay. Next up, Laid Back Camp movie. Now, this is the movie for Yudu Camp. I watched all of Yuru Camp. I liked it, which is surprising because I'm not a fan of comedy. I'm not a fan of slice of life unless it involves romance, right? I mentioned that. I like slice of life if it involves romance. This one doesn't. There's no romance in it, but I liked it because it was cute as shit. Will I be watching this? I don't know. I'll probably just watch it for myself, but not as a reaction because I don't know if I'm going to have good things to say, and I don't want to deal with everybody getting mad at me about not having good things to say. Never seen this, so not going to be watching it. I hear this one's like CG, not getting a lot of love. Sing a bit of harmony, drama, school, music, sci-fi. Oh, High School Musical? When the beautiful and mysterious Shion transfers to Keibu High School, she quickly becomes popular for her open-hearted personality and exceptional athletic talent, but she turns out to be an AI in the testing phase. What? Shion's goal is to bring chronic loner Satomi happiness, but her strategy is something no human would expect. She serenades Satomi in the middle of the classroom. It's kind of interesting. After finding out that Shion is an AI, Satomi and her childhood friend, engineering geek Toma, steadily warm up to the new student, along with the popular and attractive Gachan, the strong-willed Aya, and judo club member Thunder. They become more and more moved by Shion's singing voice and earnestness, even as her antics bewilder them. But what Shion does for Satomi's sake ends up involving them in some serious pandemonium. Get ready for the heartwarming story of a not quite market-ready AI and her classmates. Low-key sounds kind of cute. Will we do reactions? I don't know. Now, this is one I will be watching. The Tunnel to Summer, The Exit of Goodbyes. Looks intriguing. Just by the promotional artwork. I don't think I've seen a trailer for this though, but I should probably watch a trailer for it. We will do a trailer reaction in the mega trailer reaction video. I'm actually gonna avoid reading the synopsis too, because I just think it'll be really good. Despite a new Eureka 7. I actually watched Eureka 7 when I was younger, like a lot younger, with my family, but I don't know if this is gonna be something that I watch though. Don't know anything about this. I don't know. It's Kyoto Animation. That sounds kind of cool. So maybe it's something I could watch, but maybe it's a continuation of a series that already exists. So then that's like, maybe not. And that's basically it when it comes to the movies. I don't think there's anything else here that really like stands out that like I should have to check out. And finally, the OVAs. That's a continuation. Tonikawa Over the Moon for Ryu. This is like a little one-off OVA. Yes, I will be watching that. I'm quitting heroing. Remember, the work trip is first and foremost a learning opportunity. That sounds kind of cool. Oh, there's small OVAs. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Kakegurui Twin. I think I watched some of the first season. I don't know if I watched the whole first season or just some of it, and I liked it, so I might watch this, but I don't know if we're doing like reactions or anything for it. Now, Spriggan's something I'm already doing reactions for. I don't think they're going to perform great. I don't think people are actually interested in this. And same goes for Bastard. I don't think people are going to be interested in it, which kind of just sucks for me, but that's okay. And finally, we've got the Sasaki Miyano OVA, which is something I will be checking out because I liked it. I thought it was cute. And that's all the series. You know, that's all the anime for summer 2022. So with that said, I'd love to know what you all thought about the different anime that were listed there. What are you going to be watching? In fact, give me your top 5. What are you most excited? Your top 5 you're most excited for. And if you don't include any new series in that, give me 3 new series that you're interested in. You can let me know down in the comments below. So again, just to reiterate what I will be watching, I will 100% be watching and reacting to these series for Patreon and YouTube. And that would be Overlord, Devil is a Part-Timer, Classroom of the Elite, the Dr. Stone special for Ryusui, Danmachi, Rent a Girlfriend, Maid in Abyss, Call of the Night, and that's it. Those are the only confirmed yes for sure that I will be checking out. That's a total of 8 series that I will definitely be watching and doing reactions for on top of Summertime Rendering. Oh, and another series that you're going to be seeing coming soon. I don't want to give out too many hints. You'll see that there's a, you know what? It's Iruma-kun. I'll be watching Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun. So if you're interested in that series at all, you can expect reactions to that. Probably at the start of July, and it's going to run through the summer core, because the summer core is 12 weeks. And if I'm doing doubles for Iruma-kun, which is 2 seasons long, that's about 12 weeks. Now, with that said, I said that there were 8 series that I will definitely be watching, right? But I think we're gonna add 2 more. So we've got our 8 and Summertime Rendering. That makes 9 total series. I think I wanna add 2 more series to that. That's where the polls are going to come into place, and you telling me down in the comments if these are series I should watch. The ones that I'm interested in are My Isekai Life, Harem in the Labyrinth of Another World, though I don't think that one's going to be the one we go to YouTube. I'm just keeping it a buck. Vermeil in Gold, My Stepmom's Daughter is My Ex, Will Ayumu Make His Move, Uncle from Another World, Shadow's House, and RWBY. That's 8 series debating. 8 series that I think I might do reactions for, okay? So 2 of those will end up getting here, and I think at least 5 of them will end up on at least Patreon, and that would be My Isekai Life, that'll go on Patreon for sure. Vermeil in Gold, that'll go on Patreon. Stepmom's Daughter is My Ex, that'll go on Patreon. When Will Ayumu Make His Move, that'll go on Patreon. Shadow's House, Uncle from Another World, and RWBY. All of those will go on Patreon, I'm pretty sure. Probably as doubles though. So if any of those are interesting to you, then please do add that to the 3 new series that you are interested in and want to see me do reactions for. And again, when we do a poll on the channel about what series we should check out, we'll split it into 2 different things, probably one more isekai and one more romance. And then, you know, whatever wins out of those will be the ones that I check out. Also on YouTube. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, then like the video and subscribe to the channel with notifications on so you don't miss another one. And until next time, make sure you all keep it fresh. Peace.